I think Pizza started. Yes.
Yep, okay, Pizza actually made the lobby, so the
Nice,
match
nice one.
is
Okay.
Yo, Dylan J. Fox. I'm just gonna call you Dylan, that should be okay. And yes, this is the Hypnoshark, the legendary Crash Team Racing speedrunner. And now he came back to. Nah, I can't say that on stream. I have to support NF. Is that the real Yoktika? No. Yo, Onks. He came
Yo,
back to the promised land. I mean, is NF really the promised
promise,
land?
I wouldn't say so, man, but
Hypno trying a war world record? Yes, exactly. So Dalia gets it. NF is cool, I guess. There's a few aspects to it that are cool indeed, yeah.
I mean, it's actually very cool until you get to the top level of
Yeah,
play, and
yeah.
then you start seeing the like how should I say,
Yeah,
the flaws
like
of the game.
casually, NF is a pretty good game. Casually. If you ignore the grindy aspect, but like casually the game has turned out pretty well, but competitively it has issues. Let's say it like that.
Yo, look, Onks is the Indian guy from Jordy's stream. Okay, Onks didn't know that.
Yeah, for anyone who's not aware, Jordi is not streaming. He decided to not stream because whenever he streams, he's just lagging. So he decided to just turn his stream off, and yeah, he basically sent all of his viewers to Sparta's stream so that they can watch his matches. Yo, Hypno, good luck in the war, man.
I mean, this is not the moment to risk it with streaming, so
Yeah, yeah, for
I kind of
sure.
understand it. I understand it.
Like, in my heart, I'm rooting for UK, simply because half of
They have a rough
UK,
start.
half of UK consists of GSC. We have Jordi and Pizza, both of my clan members. But I just want to see a very intense match. I don't want it to be one-sided because that's pretty boring, and I hope we are seeing some good action here.
Some top level players, some close games, of course.
Rooting for Hermanos. What even does Hermanos mean?
Hermanos
I
means
do
brothers. Brothers.
brothers. Okay,
Yes.
interesting.
Hermanos. You don't pronounce the H, by the way. Hermanos.
Hermanos. Okay, I will become Spanish soon.
Yeah, Hypno's not streaming. That's weird,
Yeah,
actually.
Hypno is not streaming.
How is his name pronounced? Like Hypno or Hypno?
It's just pronounced Hypno. Mr. Shark. You better. Server is becoming Spanish forever. Yes, true. I agree. This server is just getting infiltrated by Latin America.
Okay, so on the Spanish side, we have Rogomesto, Versetti, Caronte, and then La Hasso 14. And on the British side, we have Pizza, Jordi, Sparta, and Hypnoshock. Let's go.
Okay, so we are actually about to start. Remind me to make scores at the end of the match so that I don't forget
I
it.
will, I will.
Like at the end of every race. If you could send me the screenshot of every race, that would be cool. like the ending screen.
Okay, so I should make a screenshot after every race.
Yeah, and then I can enter the scores on the Lorenzi
Okay.
board, and then I can keep the scores
Okay.
updated
Okay.
here.
Okay.
El
Okay.
competitiva happe. It's probably pronounced wrong, but La
That
sala
is exactly.
competitiva. Yeah, that's Spanish right there. Even I can tell that.
Okay, guys, let's go. Our
Okay,
first
let's
race is about
fucking
to start.
go. This
Let's
is
go. Let's
a
go.
very interesting lobby. I'm gonna move my mouse cursor away here. So let's see what events are going to unfold. I would assume that Sparta is going for items here. I don't think he's intending to front run. We see him actually go a little bit
And he's
wider
staying behind.
there.
Yeah,
Okay, he
he's
doesn't
staying
go for the
behind.
Wumpas, but still. We see Team Spain getting an early lead. Hypno very close behind them. I don't know who the players in the front are. Um, it's definitely not Rogometsto since he's on 4th place, but
Mm-hmm.
knowing Spain, I would assume that
Caronte is
it's
from in
probably
front.
Versetti who's at the front there because Versetti is a very strong player on Assembly Lane, very fast player. So um, if he is first on Assembly Lane, he definitely has the potential to keep that lead. And we see Sparta with a missile, very powerful item here since it can easily catch up to the players at the front unless they go
Mm-hmm.
too tight. But it seems like this missile is gonna hit. And that basically opens the opportunity to Sparta to actually combo him again. Very nice. He took the opportunity, comboed him. That's basically perfect. That allows Hypno to have additional time to catch up. And yeah, so basically we have positions 2 and 3 occupied by Team UK.
The Brits are like killing the Spanish like really hard right now in the back. It was
Mm,
if I'm not mistaken, it was Hypno and Jordan in the back, and
mm,
they did some nice item play there.
mm.
Oh no! Rogomesto accidentally hit his own teammate Versetti. Okay, that's not good.
We see a war warp coming. A lot of people don't know it, but Jordi, despite being one of the fastest players in the game, is actually also very good at using items. When he is in the back, he can definitely keep players at bay, and he is able to make very good item plays even in the middle positions. So Jordi is definitely a force to be reckoned with, even when he's in the lower positions. He is not only a strong front runner, but also a good item user. His item usage has improved a lot over the past few months. So
And he's crazy at back bombing people. I know
yeah,
this from like personal experience. So yeah, he's really good. So
yeah. As we can see on the minimap, the Geary is very likely Pizza. He fell very far behind. Um, making up that big of a loss, of a time loss, is going to be very difficult. I don't think he can really catch back up again far enough. Like, he will probably end up in 7th or 8th place. But considering that Sparta and Hypno are both 2nd and 3rd, this would be still okay and not too big of a point loss. So,
Sparta third place with some solid line, solid run, stable
yep,
run, and yeah, plus he has got a blue shield,
yeah.
so he
He's
will
not,
probably maintain his like third position at least, third
yep,
placement.
he's not doing anything crazy. He takes average lines. But we see Hypno actually fell down, I think, or he hit an item, so he's gonna lose that 3rd place, which is unfortunate because that will cost Team UK a few points. We also see Rogometsto about. Oh, he lost fire. That's a shame because he could have definitely
Hmm.
caught up to Hypno and hit him with a blue shield. But now that he has no fire, catching up to Hypno is very difficult. He's also probably wanting to let his teammate pass here because he has a blue shield and he don't want to hit his own teammate. So the race shifted a little bit just now, but considering that Rogometsto and is there someone else behind him? Oh no, Pizza is actually still last. So this race is a bit in the favor of Team Spain.
Yes, because Caronte got first. I told you, Caronte is like the fastest
Oh no,
of
it's
them all.
actually.
So
Oh, the Penta was actually Geordie, so they had 2, 3, and 4. So this race is actually a win by one
this
point
is
for
win.
them.
This is
Wow,
win. Yes.
I totally didn't register that Geordie is the Penta.
I didn't register the Hypno is like the box. Fuck. Okay. Yes. But it was a good race. It was a good race, a fun race to watch. Still close.
Do you have the
Like
scores
nothing,
of
nothing.
the match?
No, fuck. But wait, I can rewind on YouTube so I can. Okay, there we go. I can
Yeah,
find
send
it
me the
for you now.
screenshot and then.
Wait.
Okay, so I have to check the players and the characters again because I always tend to get confused. So Jordi is the Panda, Sparta is the Baby T, Pizza is the Geary, and Hypno is the Box. Okay.
Okay, so there we have the scores.
Okay, nice. Zero go Madstone. Rossetti in 6th place. Hypnoshark in 4th place and Sparta in 2nd place.
Would be cool if Lawrence's table could have character icons. I think it's actually possible to do that. Rev. And Anton wrote basically Pura is Spain and the rest is not Spain.
So as we can see, UK gets a very small lead of 1 point because as we can see, Sparta, Jordi, and Hypno had 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4 is a guaranteed win in terms of points. So, yeah.
That's what we want to see actually. We want to see fight, and we want to see some passion. We want to see some close matches.
Okay, the coming up track next is Dragon Mines. I am very confident that Jordi is trying to front run here since Dragon Mines is one of his best tracks. He's had the world record on Dragon Mines numerous times. So, yeah, he's probably going to attempt to front run here. And we can see Jordi taking sick lines to overtake everyone else. He is just trying to escape here. Sparta with the mask roll, that's very powerful. He can just take everyone out in the shortcut. And he's not opting to go for the shortcut, but instead goes around, hits Lachazu. Also, very good move. Trying not to hit his own teammate, and they have top 3 now. That's a very strong start for them. If they can hold on to these positions, they can make massive points in this race.
Okay, Jordi hit something. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he lost fire, okay.
Jordi hit something, but if his teammates protect him, then that's not really gonna be that big of a deal.
Like the Brits are way stronger in Dragon Mines. Like you could see, like from the beginning of the race, like they were way faster.
Yep.
And we see Caronte at 4th place again.
Yeah,
Caronte.
we actually see the top 3 with a massive lead here. I'm pretty sure Pizza is again playing the support, trying to keep the Spaniards in the back. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if they can actually manage to somehow make up that gap. They would probably need a power item though. And since Pizza is last, he blocks a lot of potential item rolls simply because he gets all the clocks and orbs basically.
Not looking good for the Spaniards right now.
Yep. Yeah, this race is looking pretty rough for the Spaniards. We see Rogometsu having 3 Juice Lab missiles, a very powerful item, but since he's nowhere near anyone else, he can't really make use of that item, so he should probably rather just shoot it away and try to farm for a mask or an orb. You can actually get an orb on 5th place. It's the rarest item roll in the game. It only has a 0.85% chance, but theoretically, since he can't really do anything else, he should just gamble on the small chance to just roll an orb. But yeah, Vassetti fails in the shortcut doesn't really change anything since he is just getting overtaken by his own teammates.
Mm,
And yeah, UK actually managed to secure top 3. Scores, please.
this was a very strong,
Yeah,
very strong race for the Brits,
yeah.
definitely.
Actually, this time something happened that usually happens on Dragon Mines. Once someone gets away, that person keeps the lead and doesn't really give it up, since catching up on Dragon Mines is very difficult. And as we can see, Team UK got the lead very early on, and they kept it up until the end. So definitely well done by Team UK.
They had a nice start. They managed to break off in the beginning, and yeah, this was well deserved for them. A bit unlucky on the Spanish part here, I have to admit, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they
how this
didn't get
game
any
works out.
strong power
Yeah.
items. Basically, the mask at the beginning was kind of big game changer, since a mask
Mhm.
so early
Mhm.
on such a small drag as Dragon Mines is just very powerful. So yeah, but he definitely
And I mean,
used the mask well. So definitely props to Sparta. He made
well played,
he
definitely
made the
well played
best
and
out of
deserved.
what he got.
Yeah. I mean, and Rogomesto getting the 3 rockets, like it's so difficult to hit someone in Dragon Mines, like with rockets, especially if they are far away from you. Like, forget it. Like,
Yeah.
so a bit unlucky on the Spanish part here, but yeah. Let's move on. Next one is
Oh.
Gingerbread Joyride. Again, a track that I would say that yeah, the Brits have definitely like the upper edge here.
Okay, let me
Okay, the Duchess wrote that the new setup looks good, especially the overview of tracks and points. Is nice. Yeah, we are happy to hear that, Duchess.
upload the matches to YouTube. That's actually
Nice rev.
pretty good
Wow.
idea. Yeah,
Well,
I
very
might
high IQ
I
idea.
might upload it to my YouTube channel. That would probably be a pretty good idea. Yeah, that's nice. I will do that.
Nice idea, man. Let's go.
Yeah, as we can see, UK goes into a strong lead of 12 points here since they made 11 points in the last race.
That was expected, of course.
Yeah, Gingerbread Joyride. I would assume Jordi again will try to front run since he is one of the best players of Gingerbread Joyride. Sparta takes an early TNT, doesn't really affect anything, since the blue
Pizza
fire
had a
pad is
strong lead,
ahead.
and with the shield, like the first item shield, it's so powerful. If you have like,
Hmm.
if you like, are so fortunate to get shield as a first item, that guarantees you basically the lead, at least for the first lap, something like that, for the like start of the match.
Yeah, Sparta needs to be careful here since
Pizza
Rogometsu
looks
is now
smart.
behind him. And he can definitely get hit by anything, but it seems like he actually made it. And Jordi is in the front indeed. He is trying to front run. Sparta in second place. He has that bomb. If he juices it up, he has a very powerful item, and he actually hits Rogo Metsu with a back bomb. Very nice. That's a very
Okay.
crucial back bomb since this enabled Sparta and Jordi to get away. And Sparta definitely needs to wump up, to juice up that shield, because that blue shield will
And he
protect
just
him
did
from
it.
anything.
Hmm.
So Jordi and Sparta are now very safe at the front here. Especially since Caronte got hit by something, so they can just run away and basically are invulnerable to pretty much everything.
Well, you never know, they can lose fire like Pizza did. Pizza had like a strong lead at the shield. It's such an important item to get at the beginning.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, he just hit
yeah,
something. I think
of
that he
course, of
struck the wall and he
course.
lost fire. So
Of course, that can happen, but then again, Pizza also kinda plays more of a support role, so him dropping in the back is not really that big of a deal since he's just gonna use his position in the back to keep the opponents in the back as well. It's always good to have someone in the back who blocks basically all the power item rolls from the enemies, so it's definitely not a bad thing to be in the back, even though you get less points, but you actually take one spot away for the enemies to get power items. And from what I'm hearing, it seems like Hypno probably has a power item in storage, either a clock or an orb. I couldn't exactly make it out from the commentary, but it seems like Hypno apparently has a power item in storage, so we are
Sparta
approaching.
unfortunately lost his like blue shield on
Yep.
TNT, but he got another one. Nice. Okay, let's go.
So we might see a power item usage very soon. It all depends basically on Pizza, because Sparta and Jordi are protected. The power item would hit. Oh, it's actually Pizza on 4th place who has the orb.
What the hell?
And
Okay.
and Caronte dodged the orb by taking the shortcut. Wow, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that orb sadly doesn't really do much for Pizza. He will end up in 4th place.
I mean, still a win for the Brits,
But still a very strong win for Team UK nonetheless. Yeah, Rogometsto wasn't really able to do anything. He was basically surrounded by his own teammates. He didn't get any strong items. But then again, Rogometsto also held on to his items for a very long time, and he didn't even discard it to roll like something else, and he just held onto these missiles for so long. He evaded all those item crates, so he should definitely have gone more for crates to roll like more items, masks, and warborbs and stuff, you know. So I don't know, it was a questionable play in my opinion.
yes, it was a questionable play because if you're like in such a position like he was, like you have to roll.
Yep.
You have to roll for your life. There is nothing more you can do.
Yep, for sure. Did you do the scores? Nice,
Yes,
nice,
yes.
nice.
Yes.
So, let me update the scores. We see Sparta again in 2nd place. He is doing a great job at front running here. We see Pizza in 2nd place. We see Hypnoshark in last place this time. Kinda unfortunate, but you have those races. Jordi again with a strong front run, securing 10 points. Versetti ending up in 5th place. Rogometsu in 6th place. Caronte in 3rd place. And Lachazu in 7th place. Yeah, it's starting to look rough.
But they can catch up in Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck is like a track where you can actually catch up if you get good items. If you have like good strats, you can do something
Yep.
serious here.
Yep.
So they could potentially turn this over, but yeah, they have to think about their gameplay because the thing that Rogomesto was doing, like this is like the same thing like in Dragon Mines. He was holding to these to those 3 rockets for so long for no
Yep.
reason. Like
One thing that I'm seeing is they aren't rolling many items. Like we haven't seen any power item from the Spanish team, and that's kinda unusual because usually in last place you are eventually gonna roll 1 orb during a race or even 1 clock maybe, and we aren't seeing this. Like I don't know if they are all holding on their items for too long, waiting for an opportunity to present itself. But as we can see from Rogometsu, he held on those missiles for so long, and he basically missed a lot of item rolls, and I think that's definitely a questionable play here. So I don't know if they are going to change anything here, because they need to change something. Otherwise, they can't secure the win.
let's hope for them that they will change. This is this absolute mayhem in the start of the race.
Yep. Thunderstruck.
Okay.
Thunderstruck is always a Call of Duty like battlefield at the start of the race. There's always a lot of things going on because there's the crates so early. We see Pizza going into the early lead. Sparta taking that TNT. It's probably going to explode or he's going to lose fire. Either one of those. Oh no, he actually managed to keep it. Nice, nice. Well done. Usually players either explode or lose reserves when they hit the TNT on Thunderstruck. But we can see Sparta definitely having a lot of experience on the track, so he managed to avoid that TNT without even batting an eye. So definitely well done here.
And we see, unfortunately, again the same thing. Like the only Spaniard in the front is like Caronte, and the other Spaniards in the back are not rolling enough. They're not rolling enough. This is.
We see Rogometsto with the mask. The mask is not super useful on Thunderstruck since the mask gives you a lot of airtime and airtime makes you slower. So if you jump a lot around, which you usually do on Thunderstruck, you often get slowed down because the mask is so fast and you get such high jumps. So the mask is not the best item on Thunderstruck. But yeah.
Okay, I see Rogomaster rolling way more. That's nice.
He's rolling way more this
But
time.
hitting.
Probably because he noticed that even if he keeps even if he keeps holding onto 3 missiles, he won't get to use them because the players are just so far ahead of him, and he won't be able to use these items, you know.
Unfortunately, get 2 rockets again. Like this is a really bad luck. But okay,
Yeah,
he healed. Okay.
he tried to go for the timber but failed. That's unfortunate, but I've seen a lot of players, like myself included, like I sometimes go for the timber shortcut and fail. The timber shortcut, contrary to what some people believe, doesn't really save that much time. It's about 1 second per lap. It's a very minor time save. That's only really interesting if you're going for world records. But people attempt it nonetheless, and then they fall down and they lose like 20 seconds. At the risk of just like they take the risk of losing 20 seconds to gain 1 second.
Or to gain 1 second.
It's so unbalanced.
Yes. And it's a pretty inconsistent shortcut, so that's why I'm almost never take it.
Oh.
Maybe an item list if I'm really tight with someone, yes, but aside from that, I will basically never take it.
Again, we haven't seen any power item from the Spanish team. Pizza this time did a very well job. He got a very early lead. He kept holding on to that lead. He secured first place. Sparta securing third place on his favorite track. We see Jordi coming in 5th place. Hypno with the last place. But I think nonetheless this is going to be a win for Team UK. I'm really surprised by how well Sparta and Jordi are doing. Like they are so good at the front. Like they are keeping their lead. They don't end up in last places. Whenever they are in front, they don't mess up. They just keep their lead and they keep holding on to those points. So they're definitely well done. From the Spanish team, I'm kind of missing this a little bit. They tend to fall behind at the start already, and mostly it's just Caronte who is at the front, but he alone can't really do much against 3 or 2 players of Team UK, so they definitely need to work on the race starts. Like they mustn't fall behind so early, because that's very crucial.
They need one more front runner because Caronte is the only one.
Yeah. They need definitely more front runners for sure.
Okay, so the Duchess road, the K team seems to be getting big compared to the limit. Yeah, exactly, Duchess, exactly. Okay, we are glad to see that, Rev, because it was quite painful to watch the first match. Caronte with the Santi strat. This is slowly but surely getting a bit one-sided, but we have half time. Maybe the Spaniards will change. Okay, they did change actually.
Yeah, they are probably subbing in
they're subbed one already.
Guillermo.
Yeah.
So as we can see,
98, okay.
Not wrong. Big fruit.
yeah. Yeah, as we can see, in the last race, UK got 3 points. So they are slowly but surely extending their lead. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
The next one is Polar Pass. Another track where the Spaniards could actually excel. To be honest, I can even see Caronte being first on this one, because this is not a strong strong threat for the Brits, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
this could be an interesting one.
I know for example that Hypno doesn't know how to do Big Boy because he has
Okay.
always speedrun the game and he thinks Big Boy is not really a speedrun viable strat. I know Jordi doesn't like the track. Not
Yes,
sure about
yes,
Pizza
yes.
or Sparta, but we might actually see a win for the Spanish team this time. That's definitely true. All players are going to the right side almost, and they are getting bombed again, probably by Pizza with the double kill. That's insane. That's such a strong start. Holy shit.
Okay, we see Sparta using the small boy, not the big boy.
I mean that's perfectly
Okay.
fine. The big boy only saves 1 second per lap, but if you fail it, you lose like 5 seconds or even more. So it's definitely a good call by Sparta to go for a strat that is a little bit slower but more consistent.
Oh, he hits the
Oh my
wall.
god.
Unfortunate for
I
Sparta.
bumped the wall.
Yep, he smacked that wall. That wall still has a pretty huge hitbox, despite the wall patch that we got in March. But it's one of the few annoying walls left in the game. Yeah, we actually see Sparta and Hypno at the bottom this time. I guess it's not that big of a surprise, but however, we are seeing Pizza with the strong front run. He has a pretty big lead. He is not completely invincible. Like if he gets shot by an orb, he can still get second or worse. But his lead is definitely pretty big enough to not being able to get hit by near range items.
But Jordi is clutched by two Spaniards. We could see some
Yep.
hits, probably from the Spaniards.
Yeah, we might see a good item play here by Jordi to take Rogometsu out. For example, Jordi could slow down to hit Rogometsu with his blue shield, because that would enable other players of the UK team to catch back up. However, I think Jordi is probably going to just keep on holding onto that shield. Because he rather wants to secure top 2. Since top 2 is a guaranteed win, there's no need to risk a slowdown. Because if it goes wrong, they are just going to lose top 2 and they might potentially end up losing the race. So I can see Jordi going for the more consistent strat here. But in that case, Rogometsu won't really be able to do anything. He is holding onto that bomb again. He is not
Yeah,
even
again, we see.
he's not even rolling for a shield because that would be pretty crucial. He kind of finally threw it away. So yeah, but Jordi is
Could have
stealing
like
all of his boxes.
he could have used the back bomb to smash the crates of the second seal.
Yep.
But he didn't do it.
Yep.
Like I don't know. They have to improve definitely with the rolling.
Yeah,
because
that's actually something that very few players actually do. Like you can use bombs to snipe crates, to snipe boomer crates, to snipe item crates, but very few people actually do this. So
I mean,
oh, that's a sick Nitro. That's a very blind Nitro. That definitely takes Rogometsu out of the race here.
Yes.
He is going to get overtaken by everyone here.
But yeah, great Nitro. Well played, Jordi.
Yep, yep. That Nitro was probably placed by Pizza though, since Jordi still had a shield.
Oh yeah, he had a shield.
And yeah, that's a sick comeback for Team UK actually. They managed to break back into the top 4 with 3 people. That's another very strong win for Team UK. Damn, that was a very well placed Nitro. Took Rogometsu completely out of the race and secured even more points for Team UK. Very good play, very good item placement, very good call out. Not for Jordi to not hit the Nitro. So props to Team UK.
Really well played.
Yep, Pizza again with a strong front running. My man is popping off despite having 2 8th places in the first 2 races. He completely clutched it out with 2 wins in a row. Damn.
I'm gonna say it's very unlikely.
Ray wrote that he feels small boy more than big. Only pros does small boy. What's up?
It is true. I fail small boy more than big boy at this point. I have the same issue.
Hey, Kieran, are you? Okay, gonna go
Because
back.
it's
Make sure you lose.
inconsistent basically. It depends how you
Spain,
like
sir.
how you approach
You are from
the
Spain.
the edge of the platform and how you slide and so on. You can like it's in my opinion inconsistent.
Alright, I'm updating the scores right now. So yeah, we see UK with the strong 35-point lead. It's going to be rough. Basically, Spain needs to make at least 10 points plus in every single race that they are going to play now. And against this strong team from UK, that's gonna be a very difficult feat.
I don't know how. I mean, I think that Pizza is the only really strong one on Android, if I'm not mistaken. Like, how is Jordi on Android? I never saw him play.
Jordi is decent on Android early. Like his time trial on Android early is not exceptional. He has a 225, which is a pretty strong time, but he hasn't grinded it to the level of Shimmy or anyone else really. He just has a normal top level Android early, like the average one that even I have. Like the 225 is basically what most people have.
Okay, so we are starting Android early. Let's see if you will have some interesting item plays and item strats in the beginning. Sparta rolling a bomb. Okay, let's go.
A bombs and shields. Like Sparta definitely has the opportunity to bomb 2 people here, but he's not taking the opportunity, which is kind of wasted. But he back bombs Rogometsu, a very good play. Like hitting people at the start in CTR is so crucial, because falling behind at the start means you can't really get back into the game. It's so difficult in CTR in general to make it back once you fall behind, and that's why the start of every race is just very crucial. We are actually seeing something unusual. It's actually the Spanish team who is top 3 on Android early.
Let's go. Okay.
Rogometsu is a bit behind. He has the 8th place locked, which means UK has a harder time getting power items. Unfortunately, Sparta getting squished by the train. That train manages to catch me by surprise pretty often as well. So I can definitely relate to the struggle.
The same with me.
Yeah.
Squish me more than I would like to admit, to be honest. Like,
yep, same.
Unfortunate squish.
Oh,
no,
damn.
lost like this far just after the turbo pad.
Yeah, that's going to be very rough, since it will take a while before you can get the next item crate. He has no Wumpa at all, and Rogometsu can just run away with Sacred Fire, so Sparta has a pretty difficult time to get back into the race. However, at the front, we see that suddenly UK is top 3. Wow. I don't know what happened there. We can only guess from looking at the minimap, but it seems like there were some crazy item interactions for Team UK to actually completely overtake the top 3. That's insane. I would love to have seen like the perspectives of the players there, but yeah, unfortunately it didn't happen on Sparta's screen.
They just flipped it in a blink of an eye. Like.
Yep. Yeah, Rogometsu has 3 juiced up missiles again. He can use them on a straight line, but he's pretty far behind, and the missile might not reach really anyone here. I guess if he's lucky, he can get Hypno. He should wait until he reaches the tunnel, because from here on the missile is not gonna reach anyone. Oh, it actually, yeah, as I said, it doesn't reach anyone because it usually dies here. But on this spot right here, the missile usually gets people, since it follows them all around in the spiral. And he actually gets Hypno, so very good missile usage here in the hallway, basically. He's placing a Nitro Tide on the turbo pad. That's something a lot of players do. So when you play a lot of wars, you kinda expect a Nitro to be there on that pad, because that's where it usually is. So and it still catches players by surprise, even though it's so common.
Yeah, I mean, you should get more creative if you play against top level players
Yep.
because they
Yep.
know where to expect items.
Yep, the meta is definitely changing constantly because people are so used to items in certain spots that they don't even catch players by surprise anymore.
Okay, he gets a shield, a third place Robo Master. So we could safely assume that he will hold on to his third placement.
Hmm.
Look, I'll take this.
I mean, this is the last lap. Jordi and Pizza, they basically won. No item is going to get them anymore. Like they have secured the win basically. So this is gonna be another small loss for Team Spain. Unfortunate since they had top 3 at one point, but whatever happened, they lost it and completely lost it to Team
I
UK.
wonder what happened. Like,
Yeah,
what happened?
I wonder too.
Maybe Chat could tell us because like.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty big point
what
difference. Hypno in 5th, Sparta in 6th place. Yeah, that's a big point difference.
We still got top 2, we got 4 and 6 to win. That's all that matters. 5 and 6. 1, 2, 5 and 6.
Alright, let me do the scores. And I think if my math is correct, then Spain can't win anymore. I think.
Yeah, I think
Shaq
we gotta
with
win.
the 5th place, Jordi with the 1st place again.
Gotta win, guys. GG.
Vassetti again in last place. Okay, kinda unfortunate.
Versetti was having a really rough time against the Italians too. Like, and he was very upset. He just after they finished it, he just immediately like stopped streaming, and he was very upset.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's having a rough time again.
I'm gonna end bad, but it's fine.
And yes, Team UK definitely won. Team Spain can't catch up anymore. They have a 46 point lead now. And even 2 top 4s would mean that UK wins by 8 points. So props to Team UK. They did everything right.
Yes, and they deserved it.
Yep.
At the end of the day, they deserved it. Spain, don't give up. This is the seeding phase, so you need a point.
The
Give
points,
it all you got.
the points still matter for the seeding, but in terms of like when it comes to set wins, then UK has won.
Next up, we have Hotter Skyway. It's a funny and chaotic track because you never know who will win because it's so unbalanced. Because basically, if you get hit after the USF pad, you're just done for good and you can't do anything against it.
Yep.
So you can't catch up. You won't be top 3 for sure for an exam.
Yeah, Hot Air Skyway also being a very narrow track without any walls, which means every hit, additionally to hits being painful enough as they are, you also always fall down on Hot Air Skyway whenever you get hit. And it's losing so much time. Like getting hit anyway on Hot Air Skyway is just such a big time loss. It's painful, really.
Sparta going wide.
Yeah, Sparta going wide for the Wumpas.
Nice.
That's actually a pretty good call, since he can...
hit the beaker, unfortunately.
Damn.
That's so dumb. He couldn't even squish Versetti.
Yeah.
He's trying it, but...
Yeah, you shouldn't...
Beaker.
You should not go too tight, like this, whenever... I'm sorry for the cursor. You should not go tight. Like people are going to place items tight. That's what they always do, because most people tend to go tight since it makes you catch up faster, but you're not really catching up faster if you hit an item and lose 10 seconds, you know?
Of course.
It's what a lot of people don't understand, that going tight doesn't always save time. And Sparta went unnecessarily tight there and he got punished for it. So it's deserved.
And especially like if you have like infinite reserves, like you
Yep.
can do whatever you want with your lines. And there's
Yep.
no reason to
Yep.
go tight. Like,
Yep. Exactly.
and,
Especially if you have
yeah.
infinite reserves and you are in a higher position, like third place or second place. You should never go too tight, since you are just going to lose all your reserves and you won't get a super engine back, because at the higher positions, super engines actually quite rare.
Yep, well
Hmm.
worth it.
However, we see Sparta taking the city out of the way with his blue shield. He gets a fourth place mask. Wow, that's such a rare item rule. And they have a clock. What the fuck? Wow, an
What the
orb
heck?
and a
An
clock.
orb,
Holy
an
shit.
orb. What the hell? Okay. Top two for the
D&D at
Spaniards.
box
They're
again.
winning currently. It's very refreshing to see that.
I don't know what these item rolls are, but this was pretty crazy. Holy shit.
Yep, I have infinite.
Ah, called it out. I knew it. Hotter Sky. It's always like that. So.
Yep.
I mean, to be honest, no matter how skilled you are in Hotter Skyway, it's like so luck dependable. It's so luck dependable sometimes.
Yeah, it's to a small degree. It's RNG dependent. That's just how kart races work. There's always a small RNG factor to it that you can't do anything against. But it is what it is. When you play a kart racer, you know what you are in for. You know.
Red Beaker on the last boost, right hand side.
And Sparta with stronger lines because he's trying to catch up.
Yep.
He
That's
almost
actually.
sniped
Oh,
himself
he
anyway.
almost sniped him with it. It was a good call, but yeah, he should have. I mean, Rogometsu lost fire anyway. Sparta should have hit him probably, because that would have allowed Hypno to catch up. But yeah, it's unlikely that Hypno is going to catch up. So this race is looking like it's gonna be a win for Team Spain actually for the first time.
Mhm. Quite interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, but everything's possible on Hotter Skyway.
Yeah, Sparta backing that bomb without even looking back, not really a good call. He should have definitely used it here, somewhere. Although it's so close to the finish line, it probably wouldn't have mattered really.
Let's go.
But
Caronte with strong front run again, so props to Caronte. He's really saving his team right now.
and looking at the positions, it's actually again a win for Team UK, if only by 1 point.
That's their first win of the day, I think.
Oh,
Yep.
Not really.
Yeah, because Vassetti and
that's
Guillermo
unfortunate.
had bottom 2, and you can only win the race if you have top 2, when someone else has bottom 2. So, yeah.
That clock made us win, basically.
I guess these power items changed quite a lot here.
That is actually
Anton wrote that the cursor is making him crazy.
Yeah, I removed the cursor already. It was my mistake of leaving it on the screen.
up by 47. 160 against 130. Yeah, we
Anton
well done for the
OCD
Italian,
on your cursor.
scorer.
Sparta knows what he's doing. He really played well in
Yep.
this match.
Oh.
In the
Yep.
last one too, to be honest, like he was the
Well,
best
that's
actually in
not
my
right.
opinion.
And you
He
know,
did one tiny mistake. He didn't hit with the shield Versetti.
yep.
That's, in my opinion, that's the only tiny
Yep.
mistake he did. But
Yeah,
aside
everything
from that,
else was really good. Like his callouts, his mask usage. Like, okay, he hit the beaker in the first lap. That was his mistake, of course, due to going tight unnecessarily. But other than that, Sparta played really well that race. That's definitely true. Also, Caronte managed to take home the win. He played very solid as well.
6 races out of 7. Well, I'm
it's
glad
nice to
that
see
Gamma
Spain
did
put
well
up a
twice.
fight till the end. Of course,
Kind of.
Duchess.
Dan
Of
actually
course,
did well on
that's
it.
what they are supposed to do, especially
Yep.
in the seeding phase. They need a point.
Yep.
And we have 5 rounds, guys.
Yep.
This is like the second round. So we have 3 more rounds to go. They have no reason to give up. They have to fight for the points. And the last track we have Tiny Arena. I have a very special history with Tiny Arena
I have
because
50. Oh, no, I don't.
back then I was like TTing all of the tracks, and I basically never TT Tiny Arena because it's such a long track. They would all smash me so hard. I would just, in majority of time, I was like playing random. You know, I was pressing square button for random picks. I think that's the fairest way to play privates.
Mm.
And
That's just bad
if
luck.
I would roll like Tiny Arena, I would just leave my controller and that's it. I wouldn't even play because it was there. It was like in vain
I
every time I play. So I
I
just
actually think Tiny Arena is a pretty good track since it's so
it's
basic.
a
You
great
can
track. It's a great track.
you can U-turn
But
a
it's
lot.
49
yeah.
points. I got
It's a very fun track actually. But
Yep.
I was a bit lazy. I didn't want to beat it, so
That's
it was very
understandable.
rough at the beginning. Yeah, it was very rough for me.
I would guess that Jordi is going to try to front run here. Jordi again, Tiny Arena, one of his strongest tracks.
got one of them there, but
He had the world record a couple times on Tiny Arena, so he definitely knows how this track has to be played. And we see an early item interaction. I think Caronte got beakered by Jordi actually, or someone else at the front. However,
Yeah,
Jordi
it was
again
Jordi. It was Jordi.
trying to escape, and we actually see so early in the race,
Four.
Team UK with the top 4. That's actually massive, and they have a pretty big lead nonetheless, with Espada already having a blue shield. So this is not how you want the race to start at all.
wherever you are, I'm just nervous.
Okay, Pizza lost fire, and what the hell is happening? Like Sparta gets rocketed by
Yep.
whom? Pizza
Yeah.
or what? Because someone hit him.
No, I think it's actually Rogo Metsto. He used the opportunity to also combo Pizza, which is very well done. He definitely took the opportunity. You should always combo people whenever they get hit. That's what CTR is based around. So good call by Rogo Metsto. He took the opportunity. Although we still see Hypno and Jordi at the front. And catching up to these two players with such strong lines is going to be very difficult for Rogo Metsto, because Rogo Metsto has to beware. On every corner there could be an item. He has to go wide, since every corner is blind. There could be an item everywhere. Like this Nitro.
Mm, like he should be definitely farming for a shield. Like
Yep. A
he
shield.
is-
A shield
he has
would
smart lines, basically.
probably his best chance, I guess, since his team can roll an orb or a clock, and if he has a shield, he can definitely use that to catch up to at least to Hypno.
But he's playing. He's using like really smart lines.
Yep.
Let's call them smart lines because that's what you're supposed to. That's how you're supposed to play if you play against strong item players. Yeah, you never go tight, especially not in Tiny Arena.
Mm. I mean,
You will put 5
Rogometsto.
items in one lap.
Yep. I mean, Rogometsto still goes rather tight, but he is careful nonetheless. But he hits the red beaker, so he's losing his shield. Kinda
Yeah.
unnecessary, I would say.
We jinxed it, yeah. And that
But,
was his own beaker, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. However, we also need to remind that third place has the highest chance to roll a blue shield. So it might be that he is just gambling on getting another blue shield once he loses his first shield. So might be intentional.
And he got it, so. that's
Yeah,
okay,
since
but
he has the blue shield,
that
he
was
can
good.
basically go super tight lines, which may allow him to catch up to Hypno. Because Hypno, as a speedrunner, he doesn't have like time trial lines. He has like speedrun lines, and they are more consistent, but also a bit slower. So yeah, if he goes time trial lines, he can definitely catch up to Hypno.
I lost fire, but I got a super A.
Especially if Hypno loses fire.
Yep. If Hypno makes any mistake here, then Rogometsu is gonna get him.
And he gets another blue shield, so he can go wild with the lines. Okay, this is looking nice for Rogomesto.
Yep.
This is looking very nice for him.
However, he only has one lap left to catch up, and Hypno still has a considerable lead.
Oh, you got a mask.
We see Sparta hanging in 7th place. He doesn't have that big of an impact on the race. He's staying in the back. Can't really do much. He has rockets. I mean, he doesn't even miss a Versetti. That was a mistake, because Versetti can easily catch up to him now. We see Rogometsu being very near Hypno actually here. And if he
He
can...
could actually pass him.
Yeah, he could probably
He has
even
a bomb. He
pass
could
him since
snipe
his
him.
lines
He
are
could.
so much. Ah, and he loses fire at the
Nice.
last. Damn.
Oh no. No, he could have like sniped him with his blue shield and hit him
Yep.
with a bomb.
I mean, yeah, that's the danger when you take Tantra lands. You
Very
are...
well played. Very well
And we
played.
see
Very,
Sparta
very well
actually
played.
gets the 5th place. Ah, he
Fifth
missed
place.
his own teammate. Wow.
I actually got it.
Okay, but yeah, 5th place.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Strong,
that's
strong play from Sparta.
the
Sorry,
same
sorry.
result
I knew
as
you had it- I knew
last
you had it
race, and
easy.
again another top 2 for Team UK. So they win by quite a lot of points here.
I had to do it for the
That's a
50th
very
minute,
strong
but
win over Team UK. I think Team UK won every
I
single
had to do it,
race.
sorry. GG's guys.
Yes, they
Oh.
actually won every
Scores?
Oh yeah, really
Yes,
called
that-
me a bully.
Nice.
No,
Let me do the
really,
scores.
but I did it for good fun.
Stay tuned, guys. In 10 minutes, the next match should start. It's give me a second, please.
France versus Peru.
Oh yeah.
France versus Peru. Let's go.
GG's you guys. GG.
Let's go, France.
Was that 8? Yeah, I think we won all the tracks, which was nice.
Okay, I have the points now.
Pretty good plays as well. GG's.
This was a fantastic showing by Team UK. They completely popped off. This was nothing like the two sets that they played against Japan and who was the other opponent? I forgot about it.
Scores in
But it was a friendly one. The other opponent was a friendly one they played against.
All right. They only played one match so far. Yeah, this was nothing like the match against Japan. Like they really had a strong showing
Struggled.
here, and
They really
like
struggled
the
against
the
Japan.
the addition of Hypno and Pizza is definitely what brought the change here for sure.
yeah.
Well played and well deserved, Team
Yep.
UK. That's all I can say.
Power.
What's
Just 50
Sparta doing? I mean, if he's planning to stop streaming, he should raid you. I mean, where's Sparta? We'll just
Yeah, that's a decent
Right.
enough win. I think we should be relatively.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that my scores should be correct,
Yeah, go for it.
but yeah.
Thanks on them. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So I got my 50 points. That's all that matters. I don't give a shit now. I got 50 points in an 8-match war. Yay.
Yeah, actually, yeah, UK won by 58 points. A very strong showing.